Hi guys, welcome to americalifestyle.com. So in today's video, I will be showing you how to make the Kenyan chapatis. I will show you how to make a fluffy, a flaky, layered and soft chapati, guys. So if your chapatis are coming out tough or dry, you are probably skipping the most important step. And let's make the softest, most layered Kenyan chapatis together. So the first step or the first secret that you should keep is start with the flour. You put your flour in a bowl and the ingredients include sugar and salt. These are your dry ingredients and it's an optional step, guys. The next thing you need to do or remember is to mix your dry ingredients first and then you add in your wet ingredients, which in this case is your warm water. So then after that, the real secret to having your chapatis really soft and layered is the time that you let your dough to rest, guys. So in a bowl, we continue. You put your pinch of salt and then you add in your sugar and then you fluff the flour together with this so as to create air spaces. And also this is another important step that is going to allow air to go in your flour, okay? So you rub your mixture nicely, fluff them up together, and then slowly you begin to add in your lukewarm water. And this marks the beginning of your kneading of your dough. So you mix that, you knead and knead and knead your dough until you get to the soft piece of chapati dough that you will use. So you'll knead it and knead and knead. Using another thing I also wanted to tell you is using warm water. I know you can use cold water if you want, whichever one you prefer. Also, you can use hot water. Some people use hot water to knead their dough, but for my case, I do prefer to use lukewarm water. All right, so then I will let my dough to sit for about 30 minutes and then I'll get back to it. And this also is another secret for your soft layered chapatis, guys. So in my case, after kneading, at the end is when I add the vegetable oil and then I continue to knead for another 5 to 6 minutes roughly. Thereafter, I cover my dough and let it sit for that time frame, which is 30 minutes in my case. And then after the 30 minutes is done, I need to cover it with a wet kitchen towel, guys. Anything you cover that, make sure you cover it and give it that time to sit for that 30 minutes. You can even do for 2 hours, 3 hours. Also, another way to prep, if you think of or if you love chapatis like I do, you can prepare the chapati dough early enough and make sure that you can be using that for next time. So you can prepare that. If you have a fridge, you keep that in your fridge, and then for an easy meal prep, you can use the dough already prepared, guys. So that's the beauty with this meal. You will now, after your 30 minutes is over, you take your dough and then you will divide this dough into two halves. and then begin working on one section. So to begin, I will first off roll my dough into a large piece on a flat surface. It is very important, guys, to put your flour on the surface so that the dough does not stick to it. And then with your rolling stick, we are going to roll this dough out as flat as you can. Do not worry about the shape at this point. We will take care of it at a different time. So the shape does not really count. Your thickness also does not matter. We are spreading out this chapati this way so that it allows us to subdivide it into sections that we will be able to work on in smaller pieces when we roll them into a small ball in a coil shape or manner. So when I do cut these, after this, another secret before we move forward is putting like a tablespoon of vegetable oil on your rolled out piece of large dough, and then you sprinkle a little bit of the flour on top of it, and then you spread that out. You get your piece of cutting, your knife, whatever you have with you on hand. You slice this big piece of dough that's been that's been worked on, and then now the secret is here, guys. Stick on so you see how I will do this one. So I start mine from the larger piece. I will begin to roll these pieces. I tug on it while rolling it into somewhat shape of cinnamon roll. And when you finish rolling to the end, you are going to take the little piece at the end and tack it on top. You can tack it on bottom as long as it does not unwind. And then you flatten that out and leave your rolled cinnamon shape chapati dough on the side to rest. It's also important to apply flour on top of the surface before you roll it. And also remember to cover your small balls of chapati dough so they do not dry out on the surface. Our next step is now to get your pan ready, your non-stick pan. This is more advisable. Use your non-stick pan if you have, or whichever pan that you have. Use it on medium heat. So then we will begin working on these small balls. I start by rolling these ones to achieve my shape. Guys, it's important to roll it about 3, 4, 5 times, and then you flip your dough around upside down, and you can add the flour on top of it so that it does not get too soggy. Okay, guys, so we will be rolling our soft dough, mini dough. If you're struggling, stay tuned. You don't need to use a lot of force while you're rolling this dough. You roll your chapatis, and then, the next step after you roll them, you can pre-roll them if you like. But my case, I roll one, and then it's time to get to the main thing, which is to fry them. So on medium heat, we are going to put a little bit of vegetable oil onto our pan until they are golden brown and beautiful. We are going to fry these chapatis until they are beautiful to the eye. So my secret is to wait for the top side of it to turn color, like to cook slowly, and then I check the bottom, and then when I see it browning, I flip that over. Yes, guys, it's perfect. It's so amazing. The chapatis will come out so perfect every time you make it. So these chapatis, it's like everyday dish really. You enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. It's entirely feast menu. You can have it. You can always come and watch this step. I'll go over how you can roll with. So we've gone like to touch base with what we did today. Your ingredients, you need your all-purpose flour, salt, sugar, which is optional. There's water, which is to be lukewarm. You need to kneading is also this main secret to having a very soft dough. And then after that, guys, remember the oil and to let your dough to sit for however long you prefer, but not less than 20 minutes or 15 minutes. Some people I know will cook it as soon they're done. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that as well. And then guys, you can enjoy your chapati with any stew of your choice. Thank you. See you again. Follow me and subscribe to my channel for more of these dishes, guys. Thank you.